Hey, that's a pretty cool sight. 6 modern day 1911s. These are, I grabbed some of the newer ones I have, purchased mostly in the last 12 months, so we'll call them all 2011 1911s, 100-year anniversary models. And I'm going to just do a glance overview of each one. I'm also going to ask you, as we do this video, to think in your mind, which one would you like me to do first and actually break down and clean and talk about more in detail. And I do get a lot of questions from law enforcement officers, which is very nice because they realize that the manufacturers have now stepped it up a lot as far as manufacturing 1911s and the reliability. It's always been there, the reliability of the 1911, but it's never been as good as it is today. So here are some nice 1911s. Let's talk about them. At the end of the video, also what I'm going to do is show you an alternative to a 1911 if you're looking for a new purchase that is not a 1911 that you might really like a lot also. So let's just do that. Let's just talk openly about each one of these 6 beautiful modern day 1911s. I'll start at the right. The Colt Rail Gun. I'm going to tell you what I like and if possibly what I do not like about each firearm. That is the 100-year anniversary, the first time Colt put a rail on their 1911. It's beautiful. I've got about 500 rounds through it. It has never jammed or any problems. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Except it does scratch. The slide does scratch it very easily, even to the fingernails. So keep that in mind. And my guns are not trophy pieces. I don't keep them in the vault and just collect dust. I shoot them, I throw them in my bags. Of course I take care of them, but I'm just going to talk openly here about each gun. So if you're thinking about purchasing one, this is just my take on it. The trigger on that railgun, I couldn't say anything bad about it. I can't say anything bad about that gun at all except the fact that it scratches easily. Just perfect, beautiful, and you can put an accessory on that rail, which is kind of nice. Let's see, I'm not going to go into too much detail on each gun. Here is a Kimber, and the way I carry this Kimber in particular, the Ultra Crimson Carry 2 with the laser built in. Let me zoom in to give you a nice good look in high def 1080p. I put that on my ankle. That is my ankle piece. And in future videos, if you haven't seen my past videos, I'll show you some gear on how I carry all these guns. But that is a 3-inch, very small, very compact, 25 ounces. That's a powerful 45. Nothing negative to say about that Kimber. Absolutely zero, except you may want to put like a Wesson combat magazine in it. Other than that, perfect, perfect, perfect. As I move to the left, this is just eye candy for everybody. 1911 eye candy. Look at the Kimber Ultra Raptor 2, one of the prettiest firearms I think ever made, ever. Just from the grips to the fish scales, if that's what you want to call it, the scallops on the slide. Just beautiful. 3-inch, same thing as this gun. So I put this on my waist, and I have a custom holster made from Black Hill leather for most of my firearms. And the trigger on this is just beautiful. It's barely touch it, very light, like 3 pounds. So you got to be careful. If you're carrying a gun that's less than 4 pounds, whether it be either this one or this one, you need to be careful. Of course it has its safety. As we know what the 1911 safeties are, right here. You know what that is. You can push that lever up and be in safe mode. I always carry with a round in the chamber. Otherwise, I mean, think about it. When an emergency happens and your life is in danger, do you want to sit there and start? It's hard enough to get to your gun and pull it out and trying to save your life or someone else's life, and then think about pulling the magazine back and make sure that everything is perfect, the round is loaded up and all that. I keep my guns loaded, and I keep the safety on, and I'm cognitive, and I practice, and I know to take that safety off right before I pull the trigger. Heaven forbid, I never want to pull that trigger unless I'm in the range. Now this Sig right here, I can't say enough about this one here. This Sig 1911, it's way up there on the top. It's a full stainless. I highly, highly recommend this Sig. Extremely accurate. 1911. I did a review on, I think, most of these guns. I'm not sure, but I'll really do some more detailed reviews. Just think about it. Let me know what you want me to do as far as breaking them down and talking about them some more if you want them for future purchases. But this Sig 1911, I gotta tell you, this one is very special. Of course the Kimber is too. Both Kimbers. 3-inch with laser. Now we get to those super duper high end Ed Brown, and you know, if there is a negative to say about this gun, it's that the light trigger pull, I haven't measured it, but it's, I mean, it feels like a feather. I mean, like 2 pounds. I mean, it shoots. So for concealment, of course, you have your safety and all that, and everyone says don't pull the trigger, but you really have to practice with this gun before you would conceal it. And I do conceal it now, and I like the bobtail on it. I like the fact that it's just a high quality gun and it's so accurate. I like all the craftsmanship that went into it. I love everything about this gun. The trigger is just amazing. It's just too hard to explain. As a matter of fact, what I've done, as you know, if you've seen some of my videos, I let some other YouTubers shoot this gun, which is no big deal. Anyone can shoot it. If you meet me at the range, come shoot it. But I'm going to go one step further, and I'm going to ship this to a gentleman in a different state, like 6 states away, 1,000 miles away or so. And I spoke to him last night, and I asked him, I said, you know, he said he liked this Ed Brown. I said, well, his name is Paul. I said, you're pretty experienced. I'm going to ship it to you. I'll ship it to your FFL, and I'd like you to make a video of it. I want other people's impression of this gun, specifically the trigger. It is so special that you need more impression than just my impressions. So I will be sending this out via my FFL to a different FFL. He'll pick it up, he'll take it to the range, he'll shoot it, he'll put a video up. You'll go to that channel, you can watch it. I'll post it on my channel, and then we could get different people's opinions of the gun. So I am sharing this gun as I promised. Now another 1911 here is this beautiful. Now as far as beauty, this one's pretty hard to beat. The Smith ES 1911, recently released in 2011. Oh boy, is this a pretty gun. I already have only 200 rounds through it, 0 problems. The scandium frame is amazing. It is very lightweight. It is only 30 ounces. And when I talk about weight and size, think about that in my reviews. Take it seriously. I mean, it's not just like mathematics, like this gun is 8 inches long or 6 inches long or 30 ounces or 25 ounces or 38 ounces. It means a lot when you're carrying it. So when you're deciding to make a purchase, keep that all in mind. Be cognitive of the weight and the size. This particular gun is a 4.25 inch barrel that only weighs 29 ounces. So it's pretty special, and it's extremely accurate. The recoil is nonsensical to me on 45s. Everyone says, oh, 45s are so powerful. If you practice, come on. If you have your concealed permit, you should be well acclimated to recoil, and you should go to the range at least monthly. I've been going now weekly, and I see my grouping is getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and I'm more comfortable with each gun the more I go to the range. Now I'm going to show you a gun that is not a 1911, that is a nice option for a 45. So first of all, before I go to that other gun, think of the ones I just showed you and tell me which ones you want me to start with first to really analyze and break down, clean, and tell you more about it. Alright, let's go to the next gun. Alright, just stare at this 45. It is a Sig Sauer Not a 1911, but boy, is this a beautiful option. I really need to do a detailed review on this gun. It is super, super, super special. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It is a Sig Sauer Equinox series. The weight is right at 30 ounces. Not heavy. It's not heavy at all. And it's I got a 4.4 pound trigger pull, which is just right in there where you want it to be. And the overall length of this gun is 7.7 inches. Now, you got to look at other reviews and say, well, that one was 8 inches, and this one was 8.1, or this one was 7.7. And that's what this one is, 7.7. It's a shorter 45, considering that the barrel length is 4.4 inches. This is not a 3-inch barrel. It's got a long 4.4-inch barrel and a short overall length of 7.7 inches. These are the little details you need to look at when you're buying a gun, in my opinion. Now, this is from the custom shop, the super duper craftsmanship gunsmiths at Sig. I mean, these guys really made this from scratch. This is a custom Sig. It's expensive. It retails for $1,218. It does have night sights. The frame finish is black hard anodized, and it's got like two-tones colors on it, the way they did it, so it's perfect for at night, and it's perfect for daylight where it won't show glare. The grips are just gorgeous wood grips, no safety in the back. This gun is very special. I'm assuming you're going to ask me to do a special review on this gun. Sig Equinox 45 ACP. A+1. I don't know what else to tell you about this except it's one of my favorites. So I showed you those 1911s, and then there's other options also. If you're willing to, if it's in your budget, to spend the money. All the 1911s I showed you are very pricey. They're all $1,000 plus. But this is an option. Sig Equinox. I will definitely be showing you more on this gun and really breaking this one down and bringing it to the range. And I've already brought it to the range, as a matter of fact. And one last thing I'll say to you on this is, of all the 45s I've shot in my life, this has the least amount of recoil. I don't care how long the barrel is. I don't care who the manufacturer is. This has the least amount of recoil. My HK40 feels like a cannon compared to this. And I love HKs. I mean, gosh, they're among my favorites. The way they put this Equinox product together, just the balance of everything, the slide, everything is so perfect that this could be a good option for you if you're thinking of a high-end gun. Zero recoil almost. It's like shooting a 22. I'm not exaggerating. It's really nice. I mean, look at that trigger guard on it, how special it is. Really cool. Very simple to take down and break apart. Alright, that's the end of this video. I just wanted to show you some nice gun candy. You know how much I care about all of you. Check it out. See you next time. Bye.